Right, it's the 19th of September 2023 and it's the only fair cloudy day today, for 2 months nearly. And the government have done what they fucking done before. They did it the other day, but I've forgotten the reason. I found out what the reason is. Because it's cloudy, they stopping me get on the bus by timing flu, diseases, coughing and sneezing in my face, and they got me off of 3 fucking buses once again from going anywhere to enjoy a day out because every other day's fucking sunny. So the little bastards, the sneaky little cunts, have done it again. Although, when I did try getting on the bus on that cloudy day, the last bus, and they did this, it did actually turn out sunny. So they don't fucking know what the weather is themselves, or they do because they're doing it. But so I don't know what they're up to. The next thing is squirt of venom threats. It's all being said like that. Squirt of venom, lost your life. Fucking child rapist, being fucking smashed in, being knifed down. Well, yesterday I had a total of roughly about 40 threats. So it's not the worst this day, but it's not great. They're aggressive threats. There's a whole page of threats, all nasty. A gun fired at me, which was blanks. There's nothing in the gun, but it was a legal type gun that was fired out a window at me to tell me that I'm a sick bastard and being shot dead on rapist grounds and woman beater grounds and whatever else. There's hollering and shouting to smash me in and bash me out, firstly in foreign accent, but I could work out the foreign accent because in their accent, beat him up was basically as good as said could be interpreted in English language as that as well, whatever language they were using. So we got all that. They forced me out of about 10 different diversions, forcing me to go back or causing me to go a different way due to coughing and sneezing in my face. They've timed people to sneeze in my face about 25 fucking times today. And they're doing it with a Lisa Pike lookalike, which is not exactly the cleanest looking of people. My own opinion, by the way. So I'm not causing trouble. I'm going to state it as my own opinion. Yeah, so they're doing that. Smashing bikes to my penis going up. Forcing me, timing cars to smash into me. Almost to cause me to get fucking smashed in an aggressive fucking fight down at Nine Springs. Threats to smash my fucking brains in. I tell you what, I lost my temper in that, near enough. My head was on fucking fire, I tell you. I'm surprised I didn't literally go fucking flying. But I managed to control myself. Anyway, back to the bus station to try and get on the bus. 2 buses, because all the others, they sort of 2 came at similar times. So I waited around. 15, roughly 15, I don't know how many it was. Cell calls, radiation sharing. Several people sneezing at me, couple of threats, being photographed, squirt of venom threat, and whatever else. The first bus drivers calling me a child rapist, saying I raped a girl and fucking started a row when I was walking after being diverted into another direction after. Then sexual setups. Then to tell me that I'm a rapist. Then to tell me that I'm a sick bastard. And just dig in with every car on the road saying you're that sick, that grey white, you're that fucking sick. Angling and timing Zimmer frames at me. Telling me I'm a sick bastard for fucking someone that sexually abused me as a child. Getting aggressive about it, telling me that they're going to fucking smash me to pieces and fucking destroy me and fucking kill me. Because I had sex with someone who sexually abused me as a child. So I don't know what they see in the person that sexually abused me as a child, but I'm the one that's being nailed as a sick bastard for myself being raped as a child. They're getting really aggressive, erratic, and I mean they're not taking this nicely. They're fucking going nasty about it. So we got that problem as well. They're going really fucking nasty. I mean, they're getting fucking tempered over it. I mean, really fucking tempered. So there's lots of suggestions. Wording on vehicles to make that suggestion, jumper, t-shirt names, and doing it in a sly way where it's going in a pattern to make that suggestion. After I divert from a different direction, the government forced me back in a different direction. Then there's a little adder snake that's timed where I've had to divert because the government forced me in that direction with this control force around me. Then there's a t-shirt that says misplaced power exists and will fucking persist. I don't know if the swear word was in there. And it says evil. So then there's something about evil is good or something like that. I can't remember what the fucking t-shirt name is. And just fucking digging and digging with fucking setup after setups. In the end, after diverting me from going from one direction to the other and doing the same all fucking morning, firstly I eat earlier than I usually do, so, you know, have my drinks of whatever, as you can see there. Because it's not even midday yet, by the way, and just going on with this. And the next thing is, they're just getting absolutely nasty. They stepped it up from the 16th of September, these setups. I mean, between the 7th of May and the middle of June or the start of July was extremely bad. Especially ramming loud bikes to erections of 1,000 a day, most days. And it really pissed me off. And they've also, ever since the lockdown, as I mentioned before, this setup has been tripled, or 4 times worse than what it was ever been before 2020 or whatever the year was. I mean, there has been times where it's been bad. There's been places where I've been on a family day in a car once, where there's been about 1,000 setups or 1,000 people trying to come out of house, you know, passing house, like every other house, and how it's being done. Then there's a trip I did to take some grey, cloudy, rainy day pictures at a place called Rington in Somerset, and obviously they timed over 300 people to be timed out the house every street light I passed, because it's Victorian street light type things, original ones, not fucking replicas or anything like that, proper General Electric Company star cone shaped, the old dome type, the upside down ice cream cone type street lights, and sort of the 1940s basically upwards, maybe some older, 1 or 2 carbon arc type as well that have been left. But I couldn't photograph any of them. The little bastards tying kids being around the street light, timing cars to be started around the street light. And this is actually before the lockdowns, and this was in the early days of when I was being mistaken as Liam and Savan, and the threats were going off the scale, which was, I can't remember the year, but this is about 2019, 2018 or whenever it was. The Savan and Liam threats didn't come in until 2015 or 2016. It was either late 2015 or from that time onwards, no earlier than that. Before that time, all threats I had were under my real name or no name at all. Because that Liam and Savan threat is new. And the amount of people photographing me, I mean, even when I was camping to go to an appointment, right, I was basically camping at Barrow and Kingscliff. People photographing me in a mass at Barrow, phoning people up because they want to inject me to death with snake venom. And then obviously we had the HIV injection threats, and they took a picture of me, got on the phone, just give a description of me at Barrow Church, and I had to leave. And every night, apart from the first 2 nights, I was forced to take my tent up and put it in a different place because people were raging and shouting to knife me down or kill me on sexuality, child rapist grounds, and mistaking me as Liam and Savan, with many threats being shouted. And it's even gone into criminal damage, which occurred near where my tent is, which obviously has probably been reported. I mean, there's been things like cars being hit, smashed, windows going through, all because of mistaking me as Liam and Savan. But that's nothing to do with me, and I didn't see where it happened or seen the car where it is. I didn't even go in the area because I don't want to get involved, or if there's CCTV there, I could get in trouble. But yes, it's caused that as well. And when I went to Kingscliff, the first night there was 2 people that made gunshots in the woodland and started shouting at me, thinking I was camping in the old spot I was camping before I moved to Yeovil, when I was camping then. And then obviously all the other days there's at least mild threats. But coming home on the last day I was sleeping at Kingscliff, over 50 threats, including by dog walkers thinking I'm Savan, thinking I'm a rapist, and giving dirty looks, or people in cars or whatever, shouting or saying stuff or beeping or whatever. Just, I mean, 50 cars in a matter of what, 30 minutes, or just over roughly 30 minutes going to the bus stop to get a bus. Then when I'm at Taunton to get off the bus, there's 5 child rapist threats in Lidl's. Then another 8 threats or something like that while walking past people. And then there's another 2 people in a car that made threats on top of that. Now, I can't remember the exact amount of threats I had by people walking past, but I think it's around about 8. So after that, I get off the bus station to get out of Yeovil to go where I need to go there, to get back. And when I get off the bus station at Yeovil, several threats walking back. Not many, but there's a few. Then from every day since that time, as mentioned in the beginning of this bit of video that I'm doing now, this update, there's been between 40 and 60 threats every single fucking day since that time. And that's about 5 or 6 days ago that I returned home from camping. And the other reason I did the camping is because of the heat wave, caused the temperatures in my room to go to 34.5 degrees Celsius, and that's in the evening at night, with hardly any reduction at all. And I couldn't take it, so this is why I camped in that time period. And I did leave the windows open when I was camping, but I'm in a supported home, so yeah. Obviously the loud bike issue, tying to erections, is suddenly on the increase again, but since the 16th of September 2023, they are fucking going absolutely fucking ballistic on me with these setups. They're going absolutely fucking crazy with me. They're just getting nastier and nastier with these bastards. I remember when they did it in 2011 and whatever, when I went to Bridgewater Court and when I went to Bridgewater Police Station, they suddenly stepped it up then. And the animal sounds were very bad when I was in the Bridgewater Police Station, with seagulls saying to tell me to fuck people that raped me as a child or whatever, where I couldn't write it down because you're not allowed paper in police cells or whatever. So, I mean, it's been bad. It just goes on and on. But the setups were never as bad as what they are now, before the year 2020. So, anyway, in that sun issue, well, I'll go on about the sun because I go on about it all the time. It's just persistently sunny. There's never a day where I could go out the sun. And every time I try and go on a bus on a cloudy day, as I mentioned, they stop me. The government stop me. They don't want me. They got a problem with me taking pictures on a cloudy day. They want it to be sexual sunny day pictures. And as I mentioned in another video, there's a specific big selling erotic sexual woman, very sexy woman by the way, who's aged about 25, who looks identical to Laura, if that's the correct name, that works in Tesco's at Highbridge, or did do. And obviously, except she would be about 30 something today, early 30s, where I'm 43. So obviously I've still never had sex in my whole life. Well, if they're going to beam the sun down like that erotic picture shows, it shows this sexy girl saying that she wants sex, basically, with the boy with the torch in his hand, or the notepad in the other hand, or whatever it's holding in the other hand, and it's on a picture, on a painting. There's a big selling painting, it's also on the internet. And the spotlight is the sun. This lady's shining the sun down on you, but it's done in a positive way. When it comes to me going out in the sun, it's to defeat pictures, to put me down as a sick cunt with setups, to cause people to sneeze or cough in my face, or photograph me as Savannah or Liam, to shoot me down, to knife me dead, to smash my teeth in, to inject me to death, to fucking bash my teeth in, to smash me out, to put me in a hospital bed or kill me or whatever. So we get that instead. And taking the piss out of me, so it's put me down as a sick cunt, and telling me that I'm not having anyone. I should be fancying an old granny on a Zimmer frame to lose for first time sex, basically, in my whole life. And then they're digging with this all sort of Wayne-y sort of shit from the 90s, which is another excuse, as I mentioned before, where a Deep Depression pack wouldn't have existed, would it, if it wasn't starting war on sexuality and hard evidence that God didn't exist, or whatever I did back at the time in 2002 when I first wrote those sheets, before changing it to my life story pack. Then we get the Stephanie threat. I've never had sex with Stephanie either. Then we get the Sadie and Ian threats. They keep on popping up again. You know, they can't think of anything to dig on me, so they're going back to old things. But except with them latest threats, the people that have been mistaking me as Savan and Liam are now giving me threats under my real name. But with the content of me being a guitarist and to break my fingers, claiming that I'm, you know, that's basically. I'm doing that stupid laugh. You know, Savem threats I get? It's all to suggest Savem when I get the threats. Now, I'm being applied to that person in the threats, basically. So everything that is connected to Savem is coming back at me at my real name, and is being spread around like wildfire with many, many threats that are occurring just persistently. My life's getting worse and worse. There's nothing I can do about it. And it gets even better because a clairvoyant on eBay has refunded me. But she has been polite this time, this one. She said, your reading's going to be quite negative. And I thought, maybe you want to try another time when things are a bit better, because I can't sense any good news. It says, I don't really want to have to put it like this, but I'd rather not give you a reading than you having to fork out all your money to pay for a reading that's not going to give you any good news. It said, maybe if you're to try in 6 months when things are a bit better, try then. Basically, word into that. I can't remember what she put now. And, I've been to Glastonbury once, because I go to Glastonbury, they just shut me out and just put me down as a sicko child rapist and think I'm Savan and Liam. And even these girls or women have rapture dreams on the internet in the UK, not so much abroad, in the UK. They think I'm Savan and Liam and put me down as a sick cunt as well. And rapture dreams is where they have communication with Jesus Christ, giving them warning signs that he's coming or whatever. But to me, that sounds a load of rubbish, but you know, that's what they say on there, and it's just something I might as well mention. So I'll leave it there for a minute. It's going to get worse. Just after the video I've made, this will be added to the video for YouTube, but not in my personal folder because it's general setups. But the government have just slammed a whole load of setups at me. They caused someone to get their hair off at me, basically on sexuality, mistaking me as Sven when I've not had sex all my life, and just a whole load of aggressive behaviour, including by a specific car, which of registration and plate, basically said this. He said, "I'll take a fucking shot at him. I'll kill him." He said, and then it's like I'm a rapist, but I couldn't make out what he said because it's windy outside. And he came out of a car, which is the registration plate DK18VSU. I think it's a Ford, I'm not sure. Ford Fiesta, grey one. Anyway, a modern one. Anyway, so after that, I decided to leave a piece of paper under his car tyre to tell it. Basically, it's one of those sheets of all the threats I get because I'm not very bloody happy with what he said. And then straight after that, and before that, the government had colliding cars to time to the exact millisecond to smash a car to go over a drain cover as I pass. So bang goes the drain cover, grey timed over drain cover. Next thing that they do is the next car over drain cover, timed, smashed over drain cover. Car cuts me up going over drain cover to go in a drive. And then a whole load of setups nailing me as a sick bastard, getting aggressive and erratic. The last time they got this severe and this nasty, causing all these problems, I ended up posting 64 USB gigabytes USB sticks containing photographs, setups, trouble, audio recordings, animal voice recordings, video footage, and other problems, and my sheets that I write when I go out photographed in my life story pack, or what I title Deep Depression. It's gone through several names. It's been titled Deep Depression initially because it was hard evidence that God doesn't exist, which had a picture of a cat inside of a goldfish, picture I drew back in 2001-2002 area. And then I included my life story packs, which there were hundreds of sheets that were lost and chucked. I chucked away, prayed to God for things to improve. That never happened. And then obviously from 2005, after chucking several years of rubbish out of, well, it was really bad stuff actually, but I prayed to God, but you know, in that time nothing happened. Life just got worse and worse as it is today, with no change. So pointless praying because God doesn't help you, and I don't believe that God exists after all this fucking crap. Anyway, it's been titled Deep Depression, then it was titled Nightmare, Time, My Life Story Pack, Sexually Ripping Justin Langford to Pieces Conspiracy, Sexually Slaughtering the Fuck Out of Justin Conspiracy, but I renamed that to Negative Life Story Packs number 1, 2, 3 and 4, something like that. Then My Life Story Packs, and then Justin's Daily Negative Problems or something like that. I can't remember the name of the bloody folder. I see it every day, but I still can't remember the name of it. So anyway, that was posted with 64 gigabytes of US information on USB sticks to the Russian government in Moscow last year on the 9th of June. Also on the 9th of June I posted one to the American White House government in America, and on the 28th of June I posted one to the conspiracy theorist Infowars, Alex Jones, not actually directed at Alex Jones as such, but for the whole team to read, to have their own opinion on what's going on with people ripping me to pieces, setups and sexually ripping me. Would the times come where they got so fucking nasty with these setups to a point where it's got so bad again that that's going to have to happen again. There's no doubt in the matter. They've been trying to hit me off today. They've a number of threats, and ever since 16th of September they've really stepped up this action really fucking nastily, and they're doing it on sexuality, and when I've never raped children or never had sex with a woman, and they're just getting absolutely fucking nasty about it. And they're also causing the creator to fall. I don't know how they're doing that. So the creator's agreeing with them, or when my enemy makes a threat like to knife me or to smash me or to inject me, whatever, the seagulls or crows or dog barks are agreeing or saying that you're a sick bastard, you're being knifed down, or you're losing your life, or you're going to the fire of hell, stuff like that. You know, this sort of information, when this is coming out, some of it's audio recorded in the past, mind, and just as negative. Not so much in recent times, because obviously the voice sound suddenly stop as you push record and then stop again, start and stop in a way where it's being done, where it's controlled, so that it stop you getting the evidence. Anyway, well, this is going to have to happen again. I mean, I'm chancing it, you know, but enough's enough. the government are seeing what they can do. They've got to a stage where they're in a desperate fucking attempt to knock me off sexuality, and they're taking the piss. They're telling me that I'm going to starve in Ethiopia in my next life. They're going to rape me as a child and beat me to fucking pieces. They're going to fucking play about with me with poker sticks in a fireplace. They're really getting fucking nasty about it. I mean really fucking nasty. This year in particular is very nasty for setups. Last year was extremely bad for 50 times to 150 times per day, timing someone to sneeze in my fucking face. Record breaking year for threats in 2022, mostly after June when I posted those USB sticks to foreign governments around the world, the 3 places that I sent them. So yeah, just getting worse and worse. So, you know, I'm gonna have my say. I'm not fucking having it. We're on the same fucking video. The Empire fucking giving it some, really fucking giving it some, or the government, whoever's setting this up. Well, right, I'm getting started on now by a fucking old granny with a girl aged about 18, so you've a young lady basically. They're talking about sexual relationships, how she's going to have a baby with her boyfriend, saying that she's later than the most other people having a baby at the age of 18 or whatever. So, when we pass that, right, get a whole load of other fucking threats smashed at me to fucking nail me as a sick cunt. So I leave in St Mary Magdalene Church in Barrack near Yeovil. Take into account it's the same day, it's the 19th of the 9th 2023. I've decided to leave a prayer sheet in there. So basically on the prayer sheet it says, "Thank you Jesus for raping the guts in and out of me as a child and stopping me from getting sex all my life." And then it says on the prayer sheet that, "Thank you very much for hellfiring me with a load of sexual rapists and child rapist threats all my life. Thank you for stopping me getting sex all my life." Some of it's a bit milder than this, what I stated on there. But I'm doing it my way, how I'm saying it on here though. And then basically it says, "Thank you for jeopardising me and fucking leaving it too late, so I've got to stay an old piece of shit, an old granny who's a single mother that's rough skin and a fucking hell-bent attraction left for me. Otherwise I'm nailed as a sick bastard by your children, and we're not your children, your people, sorry. So by Jesus' people, which is us." When I say us, I don't like to be connected to Christ. I would prefer to be disconnected, to be fair, after the way I've been fucking treated all my life, especially on sexuality. Not so much when it comes to family or stuff like that, but when it comes to sexuality. You know, there's been good days out, but all this fucking trouble I've had over the years, all the threats I've had, is all goes down to that one fucking problem, sexuality. So if I get in trouble with the police, then you'll have to fucking explain to the government or the fucking empire that's setting all this corrupt action up, causing me to lose my fucking temper over it. Especially when people are getting fucking losing their hair over me, getting fucking nasty, shouting at me earlier in the day on sexuality to smash me in. The next problem, soon as I leave that church, they choke me out with a catalytic converter that smells like rubbing 2 knives together with cress in the middle of it, mixed with white vinegar and a kind of bleach smell, but less polite smell. So there's 3 sunlight vans that are timed directly after. So I get on the phone to speak to a family member. As I phone up, trying to get an erection, an excited sexual erection, which sometimes happens at no reason at all. Around comes a loud bike tying to an erection around the corner, angled and timed in my direction. So I tell my mother on the phone that I'm going to go for a walk to. I said there's going to be no problems down there, it looks nice and clear. Get down there, suddenly as I get off the phone, less than a minute off the phone, there's arguing and shouting down there by a crowd, and I have to divert back in this direction. I go to sit where the statue thing is, I'm not sure what it's called, the arch, and I'm forced to fucking walk home because I can't sit there because there's someone there and they're playing music and having a laugh and having joy of a younger age than me. Well, I don't know what else is going to occur, but these bastards have got it up on me to fucking day, I tell you that. These little bastards in the elite are really fucking digging like fucking anything. They're getting fucking nastier and fucking nastier, these bastards. They got noetic science, they got programming technology where they know in advance what they're doing before they set it up. And this is why we got caves full of children's bones where the government kill, sexually slaughter children and fucking throw their fucking bodies away, you know, and do all that sort of stuff. So that we got that as well, you know. And they see me as a person to fucking destroy next. I'm not going to fucking stand for it. But they're going to keep on and doing it until I'm fucking dead. And then in my next life, they'll grab hold of me, put me in a fucking ritual, and fucking throw me in a fucking fireplace, poke me about with a fucking fire stick, start laughing and enjoying their fucking lives after sexually abusing me and put me in a fucking fireplace, and then put a fucking cobra to fucking kill me or something like that. That's how they work. The bastards are evil, they're corrupt, and they're fucking sexually fucking minded, possessed, and fucking sick fucking sexuality, and they're fucking twisted to fuck.